Alright, so I have created this page that I exported to Photoshop. I have my characters open here. I'm going to open up that page and see how it came out. Now, the thing to notice is each panel is on its own layer. So if I turn them all off, I got, let's start here. They're not in any particular order, but there's this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, so now all I have to do is drop my images into these scenes with the characters. Now, all of this is going to be based on the sketch, the layout, the dummy, the rough lay-in for what you did for the last assignment. So that should be your guide as to setting up your panels, right? So I'm just going to go back to my other document here and grab various scenes. So let me see here. I'm going to grab this one and bring that in here, and it goes in the top corner right here. It goes in this one, so I'm going to paste it right on top. Now, a lot of these panels are not in the right order, so I'm going to drag these two to the very top of the document. Okay, and I want this scene inside this block or this panel, so I'm going to move it. Oops, I just want to move this. I want to take this one and move it up here, and I'm going to hold down the Alt key or the Option key if you're on a Mac and click in between these two layers. And what that does is it sticks the panel into, it sticks the image into the panel. And now I can resize it and move it around. I'm not quite happy. I think I'll do that. I want it to be more of the room, not so much the stage. So there we go. And I will duplicate this layer because I want it also on this frame here. So I will put that one down here, and I'll have, oops, I'll have this one put over here. So this other half of the room would be on this panel. And I'm going to hit, again, Option or Alt in between the two layers. What happened here? Oh, wrong layer. I need to hit the Option key between these two layers so it fills that layer. See? And then I can go to my other document, grab a character. So I'll grab him. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I am just going to drag this layer to the other document and let it go. Right now it's not in the correct place, so I'm going to drag it to the very top. Oops. I need it to be, see how it's on top of this layer? I want this guy to be inside this panel. So again, Option key, Alt key, click on the line, and now he's inside the panel. Now keep in mind, I rotated him, so he's already got that rotation data. So if I hit Rotate Object, now I can change him to look the way I want him to look. So I can rotate him, I can turn him, I can make him bigger. I'm going to turn him a little bit this way and move him over here and turn back this way. kind of liked him being a little bit. Alright, so let's say it's like this, and we can see the people in the background, whatever. So I hit done. So now we're seeing him having, I'm not really happy with that. Let's rotate him some more. I think that's a little better. And, oh, I can't see the bottom of the control because it's way down here. So, and I can't see him either, so I gotta zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that's better. If you hold down the Option key or Alt key while you roll your mouse, it'll move him. So now I can hit done, and it should bring this up to higher resolution. And this is just for maximum flexibility so that you can have scenes that you can play around with, you know? Like you can tip him however you want. And now I'm going to bring the bad guy in here. So I'm going to grab the bad guy, grab his layer, and drag him to this layer. Now he's above here and he needs to be below. So I'm going to drag him down a little bit until he's on top of the club here. Hit the Option key, Alt key, and click in between. And now he's in this panel. And he's leaning a little bit too much. So I'm going to hit Edit, Edit Rotation. Because just having the ability to take your characters and play with them in such a way that, you know, you can do all kinds of things, you know. Let's say that's good enough. We want to have a little bit of room so we can put the text balloons in. Now, I'm going to make a little adjustment because the club is, to me, it's too saturated, and I just want the saturation on the main guy here. So I will do an adjustment layer for hue and saturation, and I'm going to just drag it down. Like if I take it all the way, it turns gray. That's not what we want. I just want it just slightly dialed back so it doesn't compete against the saturation of him. Okay, so that's there, and it's a little saturated over here. Maybe I'll do it again, but what I'll do is I'll duplicate this layer. I'll drag it to the new layer button, so now there's two of them, and they have the same settings, so it's doubled up. And oh, it popped him out of this scene, so I need to Option click again so that he's where he belongs in the frame. And then this other adjustment layer, I'm going to drag down in between him and the background. So let me see if I can raise this up a little bit just so you can see. So this adjustment layer will go in between here, so it takes out the saturation of the background. If I turn it off, you can see it's just a subtle change, but there we go. Now let's see here, we need to do this middle panel right here, right? So again, I'm going to go back to my other document and find a scene from somewhere. I didn't do that many environments on this piece. Here, I'll do this space one just because I have it. Or no, I'll save that for the third. I'll do the hanger. I'll do the hanger here. Grab this hanger, Control C. Go back to Photoshop. Paste. Hold down the Alt Option key, and now the panel is in the scene. And maybe it needs some color, so it's black and white right now. I just use hue and saturation, scroll down and hit colorize, and I'm going to make it more cool blue. And I'm going to do something where I'll make another adjustment layer from this one. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to make it yellow now. So I want it to be like the lights are yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an adjustment layer with the gradient tool for the light. So if I do this and drag, see how the light now is more, it has its two colors now. So I took a scene that had some color, and then I made two adjustments that gave color to this black and white scene. I think I need to do something with this scene down here. Like, I don't know the story, I'm just making it up, but the good guy is confronting the bad guy, and the bad guy knows where he came from. He came from this ship with all these fighter planes, and that was something he was trying to keep secret. So let's go down to this other panel. I don't know how this is going to look. I'm going to grab one scene from over here, and let's go back in. And if you look at this one that I'm putting in here, it's kind of similar to see, I used a cool color with an orange and a yellow, so it's just the same black and white image with just color laid on top of it. So oops. So I'm going to hit Alt and Option key. That'll put him in this middle frame. And I got to move him around so that he takes up the whole frame. I might need to adjust the shape of these frames, but I think that covers that part. And then I just grab other characters from like other parts of the story. Like, let's see, there was the part where the plane is flying. It's crashing onto the farm. So I'll take this one. And now you have already created all of your scenes for your story, right? So you can just drop them in however you want. And the important part of this scene is she's chopping wood. So I'm going to try and focus on this part where she's in front with the stump and the axe and the porch, but you're not going to see this flaming part here. But again, Alt Option, click on the line, and it fits that image into that scene. And then over here, I could still use the same image if I just duplicate it. And where is it now? I need to put it on the correct scene. So I will take it from up here, drag it down below. Now it's on this side. I hit Alt Option and I squeeze that in there, and now I can move him, or move this part where the flame is coming through is flying through the sky. I don't know, maybe that doesn't look right. Alright, let me try a different scene. How about the one where he wakes up in the bedroom of the farm? This one is a little better. because it's a different size of the character. And there's the scene in the bed. So if I hit Alt and Option, it puts it in here. Now I can delete this other one that wasn't working. And then the background layer is all white, but it could be that I bring this back down. I made a new layer that I'm putting at the bottom here. And I could fill that in black. And here's the whole story of the comic book. You've already made your characters in color. You have some environments that you can use and colorize. You saw me turn this black and white one into color right here, and then all these other ones I just dropped in. So that's quickly how I would do the page. As far as everything goes, all the panel parts should fit into 10 by 15. So 10 inches across and 15 inches tall in the middle of an 11 by 17 image. Okay? So that's the done. I'm done with dropping in my art into the frames, and I'll go back to the other application to create my words. Now I don't care about what you use for that. You can use Illustrator, you can use InDesign. I'm not really wild about using Photoshop for it, but you could do that in a pinch. But this is just me dropping in artwork that I made into panels, and that's all you have to do. You may want to tweak things, you may want to adjust, like this might be way too bright, this could use some more contrast. You know what, before I bring it back, I'm going to put some contrast on it. So I will, let's try curves. It's hard to see with all these layers now. I will push it this way. I only want it on, what layer is that on? You gotta keep track of your layers here. I only want it on this one layer here. And there's the advantage is that you have the whole image to work with. Let me drop this down. Alright, so he's in the cockpit of his ship. But you saw me build everything just from scratch pretty much. I had all of these images finished just like you. I'm going to save this. And I'll just bring it back into my vector program. So let me close out some of this stuff. Again, it doesn't matter how you do your panels. You can make that up as you go along. Let's see, where are we? Shoot, where did I save it? All right, I'm going to open it now in... You would be doing this, and I'll do it at 96 DPI to keep it small. You guys would be doing this. It doesn't keep the setup. That's disappointing. I have to go back in and now cut everything. Well, what I can do is just, instead of bringing in the raw Photoshop file, I will do save as a JPEG. File export. Yeah, quick export is PNG, that's fine. Now I can bring in that PNG, which is much easier to work with than the document with all these layers. So here we are. Same deal. Create a balloon. I'm going to give it a little bit of an outer stroke. black stroke, give it a little thickness, squeeze it down, resize it a little bit, then create another, well, I could do this. I could just drag a triangle, and then from here I can move the corners of the triangle and point it at his mouth, and then Boolean them together, and then I'll just type. And Xara asks if you want it inside, so I'll just say auto fit inside. And I want a comic font, so I'll just scroll down to comic Lambot. I'm not sure where they are. Here we go. I'll just use this one. I guess I gotta type it first. I am going to get you. I'm going to get you. And scroll down to the comic fonts. And I downloaded these off from Blambot, B-L-A-M-B-O-T. They let you use fonts for your own personal projects, but it's missing some stuff, missing a few things. And I'm going to make it centered. Ugh, I'm not really wild about that font. Let's try again. Comic Book Commando. I have to hit escape to pick the whole thing. Oh, I have some other ones I saw there. You scrolled past it really quick. Comica. Yeah, that'll work. And you can adjust the height of the whatchamacallit, the balloon, and move it around, and it just follows. And then like I could take this, clone it, bring it over here, and I'm gonna flip it upside down. Oops. I'm only gonna flip the balloon upside down and just change the text. You are welcome to try. And I'll grab the little node on the end here of the thing, and then I can move that up to his mouth. And that's really it. You just grab your text and just try it out. I'm not really wild about this font. I think I'll go back to the other one. So I'll choose both and go back to the font list. And the fonts that you use are already in the document, or at least, well, I guess I gotta go back and get it. So comic book, I'll use this one. And I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller so that they're the same. Maybe I don't know what the font how big it should be. I think maybe 16 would be the way to go. And then I can shrink the size of the balloon so it doesn't have to be so big. And I try this. Now the balloon doesn't have to be so big, it can be smaller. And don't forget to put the period after your sentence so it looks normal. And you try to put it where nothing is happening. Like right here, there's nothing happening. So I can move this over here and then flip the thing so that now he's saying it and it's not covering up the people over here. So try not to cover up the parts that you work on. So I'm gonna copy this whole thing and I'm gonna reuse it down here at the bottom with this guy over here. And again, I'll flip. I'm only gonna flip. I'm gonna try and flip it the other way. So it's over here. And now I want to change the text. It's not enough, it doesn't quite fit, so I need to stretch out the thing so now it all fits. You can also stretch it. But anyway, it's not taking that long because everything, all the assets have already been made. And I can move the people. Alright, so hopefully that is going to help you put your comic together. It really shouldn't take long, as long as you've got your work done, like your environments are done, your characters are done, your props you can just grab and use. Excuse me. But anyway, I just want to show you how easy it is. Again, do this in Illustrator or InDesign, but it's really that simple. Okay, good luck everybody.